Steve, Harley war dabei. Sebastian.
You're Finnish, aren't you? I'm English myself, and I don't speak Finnish, so I'm saying this in English so that you can read my lips and it will be in French. You're watching Rockstar, and you deserve it, okay?
One time, one guy said on the radio that they thought there were 15,000 bands in London. I mean, a lot of them never come out of the studio, but I mean, and out of that, maybe 6 will go on to make records and become...
I suppose at the end of the day, I go and see that same half a dozen you see, and that's all I see.
Yeah. Music Complex Studios in London.
And who have we here?
We are SAMSON. I am Paul Sampson. This is Mike Feather.
Mike Sampson.
Mike Sampson, Dave Sampson, Charlie Sampson, and Toby Sampson. Yeah. We started in the early 80s with the new wave heavy metal with Bruce Dickinson.
Who?
Bruce Dickinson. Bruce. Your friend.
we meet him later in this program.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was solo to him for me.
Does he
and
still owe you that tenner?
He does. Yeah. He does. And we made a couple of albums with RCA. And then he left to join Iron Maiden, and we had Nicky Moore.
What?
What?
Iron Maiden. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we made a couple of albums with Polydor, with Fat Nicky Moore singing. And then we finished for a couple of years, and then we started this band last year, and we made a mini LP called There It Is, and we're now just finishing our new LP, which is going to be called Ignition.
Because when I did my first ever, like, big tour, which was, 9 years ago, something like that, 10 years ago, with a group called SAMSON, right? And it was supporting Ian Gillan, when he had the Gillan band. And he used to do this, like, thing of Lucille or something like that, the rock and roll number at the end of the show. And there was a section during the thing when all the bands sort of stopped playing, and he'd just kind of do this thing, and it ended up as something like that, all right? And every night I'd watch, and every night it would be the same thing. And in the end, the whole tour, I finally got a hold of it at the end of the tour. I said, Ian, what is that stuff that you're singing? He said, I don't know. He said, I just make it up. He said, there's supposed to be some words, but I always forget them.
Well, British rock to me at the moment really doesn't,
There's nothing really happening at the moment for us in England. There's some of the new bands are just not very good. The best bands that are coming in are either from the States or from Europe. There's a few young British bands, but it's very early for them at the moment. I would say an average album costs about 30,000 English pounds, maybe 40,000 English pounds.
£700 a day.
Yeah. Yeah. To be good.
In a professional recording studio.
If you want to make cheap, then you can do that, but it's not going to be very good.
Is it easy to find places to rehearse?
Yeah, I mean, there's many studios in London.
You can rent?
Yeah, like places like this. There's quite a few.
We've been here some time now.
How much is the rent a month? Or is it hours? Or?
I think for a day, how much is it a day? I can't remember how much it is now. It's about £30. £30 a day.
You haven't paid them for months?
No, we don't pay, we just come here and then we run.
Put on our account, the account that we can afford.
Yeah.
And somebody else can.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't pay it, we just come here and then we go away and
it's a freebie.
Let them chase us.
What is your big dream?
Dream? To marry you.
The pieces. Joining us now, though, Paul Sampson from SAMSON.
How you doing?
Oh, very well, and you?
Good, very good.
Yeah, you've got a new album out called Refugee.
Uh-huh.
And it's a bit of an autobiographical sort of title, bearing in mind you've been in exile for, well, a couple of years or so.
Yes, I thought it basically summed up my career quite nicely. I sort of don't really fit in with the usual leather and denim thing that I used. I've always had metal thing. I always had a bit more thought, I think, behind what I did. So I just thought it was quite a witty title, you know.
Yes, yes. And talking of the album itself, I think we've got
Should we show them?
Yeah, we could show them it. And there you go.
That's me
glorious
with my clothes on up there, you see.
Oh, it's whirling your guitar around.
Yes, yes, among other things.
I think we've got
5
5
beats from the back, so it's all right.
It's only just all right.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we've got 5 of these on CD, actually, to give away.
Splendid, yeah.
Yeah.
We should ask a question, though.
I suppose so.
Who was the original singer of SAMSON, and what was his name that he went under at the time?
Yeah,
How about that?
Right, yeah, that's pretty good, yeah.
Anyone who's read any magazine the last year should
Yeah, I mean, we're back at the market. Well, in fact, we're not back at the market. We're back in the green room at the market, and a few sort of nostalgic sort of memories, really, for you being back at the market. I should imagine, you know, first gigs and all that sort of stuff.
When we first started out back in the 1860s, we played here 3 nights with Gillan when he was first coming back, and we did pretty good out of it and ended up headlining ourselves, which in them days was quite a big deal.
Right.
And as a result, we got an album deal and off we went. So yeah, it's always nice to come back here, I think.
Yeah. So what are you up to, sort of in the not too distant future, touring and all the rest?
Yeah.
of it?
Well, I've been in America quite a lot, and I spent a lot of time in Germany.
Right.
So now I've come back, like to finish the album and get it all released and everything like that. So we're looking at putting touring together from around about mid-September, right up to Christmas at least, and then we're looking to go into America after that.
Right.
So
Okay.
looking good.
Right.
Very busy.
Excellent. On to the question of new bands, though. I mean, is there anybody that you've heard recently that you've been sort of well into, is it?
Yeah, there's a few things I like. I quite like this band Strange Ways, even though they've been
Right.
out a couple of years now. But the one that's really blown me away is King's X.
Right.
I saw the Astoria show here about a month ago, and I just thought it was the best thing I've seen in 10 years.
Right.
Absolutely great.
Right.
So we've got a video then.
I think we have, yeah. I think we have. Here it is, King's X with Summerland.